We grow up in a world that worships intelligence. From school report cards to corporate promotions, we are subtly taught that the smartest person in the room will eventually win. High IQ, top grades, quick answers. These are celebrated like golden tickets to success. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Being smart alone is rarely enough. In fact, history repeatedly shows that clarity and hunger consistently outperform raw intelligence. You can be brilliant and still stuck. You can be average and still unstoppable. The difference is not what you know. It's what you see clearly and how badly you want it. Think about how many gifted students never reach extraordinary heights. Meanwhile, countless entrepreneurs, creators, and leaders who were once considered ordinary build empires. Intelligence gives you potential energy, but clarity and hunger convert that potential into motion. Without direction, intelligence becomes scattered effort. Without desire, intelligence becomes unused talent. A sharp mind without focus is like a high-performance engine with no steering wheel. Clarity is knowing exactly what you want and why you want it. Hunger is the emotional fuel that keeps you moving when things get painful. Intelligence may help you analyze the path, but clarity chooses the destination. And hunger ensures you refuse to quit along the way. Imagine someone with a genius-level IQ who constantly changes goals. One month they want to start a business. The next month they want to pursue a PhD. Then they pivot to learning trading, then content creation, then coding. They research everything deeply but commit to nothing fully. They are always preparing, never executing. This is the trap of being smart without clarity. Intelligent people often see too many options. They analyze risks so deeply that they become paralyzed. They wait for the perfect plan. They overthink every move. Meanwhile, someone with moderate intelligence but crystal clear focus chooses one direction and relentlessly walks toward it. Clarity eliminates distraction. When you know exactly what matters, you stop negotiating with yourself. You stop chasing every shiny opportunity. You start saying no more often. And that's powerful, because success is less about what you add and more about what you eliminate. Smart people often want to optimize everything. Clear people optimize one thing that truly matters. Hunger is misunderstood. It's not desperation. It's not greed. It's a deep internal drive that says, this must happen. Hunger is emotional commitment. It's the refusal to remain where you are. It's the fire that wakes you up early and keeps you working late. Not because someone forced you, but because your vision pulls you forward. When clarity defines the target, hunger becomes the fuel. And here's the powerful part. Hunger multiplies ability. A hungry person learns faster. They recover from failure quicker. They take feedback personally, not as an insult, but as instruction. A smart person might quit when something feels inefficient. A hungry person pushes through inefficiency because the goal matters more than comfort. Hunger makes you resourceful. You don't wait for ideal conditions. You create them. You don't complain about limitations. You adapt around them. There is a hidden danger in being naturally intelligent. Things often come easily in the beginning. School is manageable. Tests are passable without extreme effort. Early career tasks feel simple. But because success arrives without struggle, resilience is never fully built. Then life presents a real challenge. A business failure, a career rejection, a personal setback. Suddenly, intelligence alone cannot solve it. And without hunger or emotional endurance, many smart individuals retreat. Meanwhile, someone who struggled early in life built emotional muscle. They learned persistence. They learned how to operate without validation. They developed hunger because nothing was handed to them. Clarity creates direction. Hunger builds resilience. Intelligence without resilience collapses under sustained pressure. We live in the noisiest era in human history. Social media, endless advice, trending opportunities. Everything competes for your attention. If you are intelligent but unclear, you will drown in options. Every new strategy will seem logical. Every new idea will feel promising. Clarity simplifies decision-making. It acts as a filter. When you know your long-term mission, you stop reacting emotionally to short-term trends. You stop comparing your timeline to others. You focus. Clarity reduces anxiety, because confusion is exhausting. When you don't know what you want, every decision feels heavy. But when you are clear, decisions become lighter. They align with your direction. A clear mind moves faster than a clever mind. Failure hits everyone. The difference lies in interpretation. A smart but prideful person may see failure as proof they are not as intelligent as they believed. That can damage identity. But a hungry person sees failure as data. Hunger protects ego from fragility, because the mission matters more than the image. When you are truly hungry, you care more about progress than about looking impressive. Clarity reminds you why you started. Hunger reminds you why you cannot stop. Intelligence may help you design the strategy, but hunger keeps you executing it after the excitement fades. Most people operate at the level of interest. Few operate at the level of commitment. Interest says, this would be nice. Commitment says, this will happen. Clarity defines commitment. Hunger enforces it. You can be extremely smart and merely interested. That leads to half-finished projects and unrealized potential. But someone with moderate intelligence and absolute commitment will outperform you over a decade. Consistency beats brilliance when brilliance lacks endurance. Confidence is not built from intelligence alone. It is built from alignment. When your actions align with your vision, confidence grows naturally. Clarity creates that alignment. Smart individuals sometimes doubt themselves, more because they overanalyze every weakness. Clear individuals focus on strengths that support their mission. Clarity reduces internal conflict. Hunger eliminates hesitation. When you combine the two, you become unstoppable. Not because you are the smartest person in the room, but because you are the most focused and driven. One of the most underrated advantages of clarity is decision speed. Smart people often delay action because they want more data. They research deeply. They evaluate every angle. They calculate probabilities. On the surface, that seems wise. But in fast-moving environments, speed beats perfection. Clarity removes unnecessary debate. When you know your destination, you don't hesitate over every turn. You make the best decision available with current information and adjust later. Hunger reinforces this speed because the cost of staying still feels heavier than the cost of making a mistake. Indecision drains momentum. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence compounds progress. Many highly intelligent people struggle not because they lack understanding, but because they lack decisiveness. Clarity simplifies choices. Hunger forces movement. A fast, imperfect action often beats a perfectly planned action that never happens. Some people believe hunger just means working harder. That's incomplete. True hunger pushes you to improve your skill level continuously. When the goal matters deeply, you refuse to stay average. A smart person may rely on natural ability. A hungry person studies weaknesses relentlessly. They practice deliberately. They ask for uncomfortable feedback. They refine. Over time, skill built through hunger surpasses talent that was never sharpened. The world rarely rewards potential. It rewards output. Hunger transforms potential into mastery. Intelligence can give you a head start. Hunger ensures you don't slow down after that start. Energy is your most valuable resource. Without clarity, you waste it. You attend unnecessary meetings. You engage in debates that don't matter. You pursue opportunities that don't align. Clarity acts like a boundary system. It teaches you what to ignore. And in today's world, ignoring wisely is a superpower. Smart people often spread themselves thin because they are capable of doing many things well, but capability does not equal priority. When you are clear, you protect your time aggressively. You design your day around what moves you forward. Hunger ensures you stay disciplined, even when distractions look attractive. Focus is not about intensity alone. It's about direction. Life is unpredictable. Plans fail. Markets shift. Relationships change. Intelligence helps you analyze the situation, but resilience determines whether you continue. Hunger creates emotional endurance. It builds tolerance for discomfort. When the mission is personal, quitting feels more painful than persisting. Clarity stabilizes you during chaos. It reminds you why temporary setbacks don't define permanent outcomes. Smart individuals sometimes attach their identity to being right. When proven wrong, it shakes them deeply. Hungry individuals attach identity to growth. Being wrong becomes part of the process. Resilience compounds. Every obstacle overcome increases belief. That belief fuels future effort. There's something powerful about visible direction. When you speak clearly about your mission, people understand how to help you. Opportunities align with specificity. Vague ambition repels support. Clear ambition invites collaboration. Smart people may keep options open. They fear narrowing down too soon, but in doing so, they dilute their message. When you are clear, your network understands your value. When you are hungry, they see your seriousness. Clarity communicates confidence. Hunger communicates commitment. Together, they build trust. Intelligence often focuses on short-term optimization. How can this be done better, faster, smarter? But clarity encourages long-term vision. When you know where you want to be in 10 years, today's sacrifices make sense. Hunger makes those sacrifices acceptable. Most people fail not because they lack intelligence, but because they lack patience. They want immediate results. When progress feels slow, motivation fades. Clarity keeps your eyes on the horizon. Hunger keeps your feet moving toward it. Long-term thinkers win because they stay when others leave. The final difference between being smart and being clear and hungry lies in identity. If your identity is "I am intelligent," you may protect that label at all costs. You might avoid risks that threaten it. You might avoid starting something new where you are a beginner. But if your identity becomes "I am driven and I adapt," you become fearless. Hunger reshapes identity around growth. Clarity reshapes identity around purpose. Smart people may fear looking foolish. Hungry people fear staying stagnant. When your identity aligns with progress instead of perfection, everything changes. You take calculated risks. You step into uncomfortable rooms. You learn publicly, and that is where transformation lives. If you study successful entrepreneurs, you lead athletes, creators, and leaders across industries, a pattern becomes obvious. Very few of them describe intelligence as their primary advantage. Instead, they speak about obsession, vision, persistence, and relentless focus. Look at founders who were told their ideas wouldn't work. Look at athletes who were overlooked early in their careers. Look at artists rejected multiple times before breakthrough success. Their defining trait wasn't that they were the smartest in the room. It was that they were the most committed to their outcome. In competitive environments, everyone is intelligent. Everyone has access to information. What separates the top performers is clarity of mission and emotional hunger to execute relentlessly. When conditions get tough, and they always do, raw intelligence doesn't guarantee endurance. Hunger does. And when distractions multiply, and they always will, intelligence doesn't guarantee focus. Clarity does. The winners aren't always the brightest. They are the most aligned and the most driven. Clarity is not accidental. It is built through reflection and decision. First, you must define what success means personally, not socially. Many intelligent people chase borrowed goals, prestige, titles, approval, but borrowed goals drain motivation because they are not emotionally anchored. Ask yourself, what would make the struggle worth it? What problem do I feel compelled to solve? What kind of person do I want to become in the process? Clarity sharpens when you eliminate. Instead of asking what you could do, ask what you are willing to sacrifice for. Write your goals. Simplify them. Reduce them to one primary focus for the next season of your life. When everything feels important, nothing truly is. Clarity thrives in simplicity. And once chosen, stop renegotiating your direction every time discomfort appears. That's where hunger steps in. Hunger does not mean chaos or self-destruction. Sustainable hunger is disciplined and strategic. First, connect your goal to identity. When the goal reflects who you want to become, effort feels meaningful. Second, train discomfort tolerance. Do small, hard things daily. Wake up earlier. Finish tasks fully. Have difficult conversations. Hunger grows when you repeatedly prove to yourself that you can do uncomfortable things. Third, protect your environment. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, not those who normalize mediocrity. Hunger is contagious and in both directions. Fourth, track progress. Nothing fuels hunger like visible movement. Even small wins reinforce belief. Hunger fades when progress feels invisible. Make growth measurable. The key is balancing intensity with recovery. Hunger should energize you, not destroy you. It is sustained by purpose, not pressure. Here is where clarity and hunger become unbeatable. Over 1 week, intelligence may win. Over 1 month, intelligence may still compete. But over 5 years, 10 years, 20, consistency fueled by clarity, and hunger compounds beyond what raw intelligence can achieve alone. Every focused action builds skill. Every persistent recovery builds resilience. Every aligned decision builds reputation. While others pivot endlessly, you deepen mastery. While others quit after early failure, you accumulate experience. While others chase trends, you build foundations. Compounding is invisible at first. Progress feels slow. Doubt appears. But hunger keeps you moving long enough to reach exponential growth. Most people don't fail because they lack ability. They fail because they stop too soon. Clarity keeps you steady. Hunger keeps you moving. Time does the multiplication. Being smart is useful, but being clear and hungry is powerful. When you combine direction with drive, you become dangerous, not to others, but to limitation. You stop waiting for permission. You stop hiding behind preparation. You stop confusing knowledge with execution. Clarity answers, where am I going? Hunger answers, how far am I willing to go to get there? Intelligence helps along the journey, but it is not the engine. It is the tool. The engine is emotional commitment. The steering wheel is clear vision. If you feel stuck, don't ask, how can I become smarter? Say, what do I truly want? And then ask, am I hungry enough to pursue it relentlessly? Because in the long run, clarity and hunger will always outperform passive brilliance. The world does not reward potential. It rewards applied focus sustained over time. So choose your direction, fuel it with hunger, and let consistency turn you into someone unstoppable.